Well, it will still be outside today. Like Monday.
What is this for? Okay. Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year and welcome to the Township Council special meeting on January 8th at 4:30, 2026. This is a special meeting of the Council of the Township of Montclair. It's being broadcast live on Channel 34 and is streaming live on the Montclair TV 34 YouTube channel. It's available on demand and can and will be rebroadcast. This special meeting is called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Act. Adequate notice of the meeting has been provided, transmitted to the official newspaper on January 5th, 2026, posted on the bulletin boards outside of the municipal building, and has remained continuously posted. In addition, a copy of the special meeting's notice is and has been available to the public and is on file in the office of our township clerk. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, will you please do the roll call?
Deputy Mayor Anderson, absent. Counselor Birmingham? Here. Counselor D'Amato?
Here.
Counselor Harrison?
Here.
Counselor Toller?
Good evening, President.
Good evening. Counselor Williams? Absent. Mayor Baskerville?
Present. Thank you very much. And at this point in time, we're going to open the meeting for public comment. Please make sure that you've signed at the front, and when you come forward, please state your name for us, and you'll have 3 minutes.
Okay. Again, hello, everyone. So I have about a half dozen quick items, requests, comments. I'd just like to start with first, I was happy to see the prior year budget line item on the temporary budget, only because I had hoped that was going to include the sidewalk fees, the reimbursement for my invoice. But maybe it doesn't. I just want to remind everybody that February is transfer month, so that we have an opportunity, you have the opportunity to transfer unused appropriations from this past year, from 2025 to 2026. So you can use that money if you need to find some budget money. I would like to see the manager's administrative memo posted as far as sidewalks, so that residents know, since we are responsible, what our responsibility is.
I'm sorry, I'm having a little difficulty. The mic is on and everything?
Yeah, I'm just not speaking close enough. Is
Oh,
that good?
okay.
Is that better?
It's better, yes, thank
Okay.
you.
Do you want me to repeat any?
No, I think I heard much of the sidewalk part.
Okay. Moving on, when you come in, as you're coming into budget practice, is something that happened that I noticed last year, or maybe it happened the year before and I didn't catch it. But I think the council should have a resolution on the allocation of salaries across departments and into the utilities. So if you're taking a half a head count and billing it out to the utility, that should be somehow worked within some kind of guidelines, because I understand why it happens, and I think it can be a very productive tool at times, but it's something that you should really have a control for. As far as municipal complex, I don't know if any of you guys follow me, but I'm one of the people that think we should build new. But regardless of what I think, and I think I still have an open mind to other options, I would like to see from this board, this body, a consensus, a unanimous consensus on the first step of the process, which is, do we need a new municipal building, new town hall, and a new police department? And if we don't need it, if you guys can't agree on that one, then the rest of the process is kind of like a waste of time. It's going to be it's not going to have a good outcome. It's going to take forever. And it's just not a good look. So if we, and I think people are confused. They're not clear what the council feels about this. So I think you guys have to decide whether you can agree or can't agree. Oh boy, guys, did you dodge a bullet. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Okay, I don't see any other members of the public that wish to come forward, so seeing none, we're going to move on to the one agenda item that we have on the agenda this evening. Councilor Toller, will you please?
This is a agenda item. This is ordinance 25-66, Township of Montclair. Ordinance amending salary ordinance 025-26 for the management non-union group for the year 2026. First date of introduction was December 16, 2025, and tonight would be the second public hearing. I so move.
Second. Are there any people that wish to be heard on this particular ordinance?
Frank Rabacki, 398 Upper Mountain. Just one question. I called, left a message with your office, Mr. Marks. There's a job title that's missing this year from the list, which is the assistant tax collector position. I forget what the official title is, but it's the assistant's position in the tax collector department. And this was one that you guys actually preceded you, the prior council created back in 2024, and now it's kind of like gone. So I guess my question is, have we eliminated this position?
You said, did we eliminate it?
Mm-hmm.
No,
What?
we did not.
Okay, so it's
Well, HR is in the room, so we can ask her to come up front.
Well, I could speak to it.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, manager.
So this salary ordinance is for non-union employees, and the position or title that you referenced is a union position covered by a collective bargaining agreement. So there are separate salary ordinances for union titles and union positions.
okay. So the original, because I had it on my notes, the original position was non-management when it was created, so it was actually created as a CWA type of.
I think it's a covered title, so
Okay.
it's a covered
Okay,
title.
So it's covered. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, members of the council that wish to be heard on this ordinance, please? Well, I'll wait a few minutes. I see Deputy Mayor is joining us, and I don't know if she has anything she wants to add, but of the people that are already sitting, do you have any discussion on this? No? No? Okay.
We should maybe describe what it is. So we're just adjusting some salaries because of the creation of some departments, and mostly to adjust the salary for the in-house attorney, which there was, Ms. Dawkins, thank you for doing, I know, a lot of work to figure out where we needed to be in the market to be realistic, not too high, not too low, but to be able to continue and finalize the search. So just in case people are wondering why we're here.
So, manager, are there any positions on here that were not here last year or that have changed? I specifically had a question, and I don't remember the paralegal, the salaries, and I'm just trying to figure out where are these numbers. Some of them may be statutory, some aren't. For the ones that are not statutory, how do we come up with the numbers, like for their minimum and their maximum?
So just going back to the beginning, there are 4 either new or updated salaries on this guide. So the 2 existing are the township attorney position and the assistant township attorney position. The previous salaries were below market, so this kind of right sizes the salaries for those two positions. The two new positions are housing specialist, which is a grant where the town received I think it was $50,000 grant per year for 2 years. So it's we have to establish a salary for the housing specialist position. I don't think we've advertised yet. We will be advertising and making a hire in the future. If we've advertised, then it was contemporaneous. So Councilor Toller probably knows better than me whether it's been. Oh, has
No,
housing
I
specialist
don't
been
know.
advertised yet? No. Okay. So housing specialist is a new title with a new salary, and the salary is based on the grant that was received, and it would be 100% funded by the grant. And then the last item, the last title, is for Director of Sustainability. So as you know, the governing body last month created a new Department of Sustainability, so we need a director for that. So this salary ordinance creates a new title of Director of Sustainability for the town. As far as paralegal, that was a pre-existing position with a pre-existing salary range. And what was done from 2025, that was different from previous years, was that all of the ranges were increased by 2.75% on the max. So all of the pre-existing, this ordinance is for non-union positions, so all of those titles had their maximum salaries were increased by 2.75% last year.
May I?
Yes, Councilor Toller?
Sure, thank you. I just wanted to mention the grant-funded position for the housing specialist is a part-time job, so people understand that this isn't a pensionable or medical benefits going to be given. It's for part-time work, is what my understanding is from Ms.
Part-time?
Talley. Through the
Okay,
grant.
so as a part-time position,
Yes.
the employee would not be eligible for medical benefits or
Correct.
pension.
Correct.
And also, if it's not.
Deputy Mayor?
I thank you. If it's not, it is subject to availability of the grant.
Yes,
funds.
of
So
course.
if there's no grant fund to pay for it,
Oh, if there's no grant funds, we're going to have to find some funds because we need someone here. We need a czar immediately.
So is this position, and I, you know, you and I and some of the other people that are on Housing Commission have talked about this, so you're saying we need a czar. So is this person, in your mind, a czar? Because at some point in time, I agree that we need to discuss about, you know, having a director of housing. We have director of sustainability. We
someone-
have director
Yep,
of this, and it seems as though when
absolutely.
we really believe in something as being extremely important, we find a way to get directors, and we
Yes.
find a way to
I-
get some salaries for
Yeah,
that. But
I agree with that.
But so is this position that's coming in under the grant, is that?
It's a part-time position.
Right.
That, as far as my understanding, it's a part-time position.
Right.
They're supposed to work on affordable housing items. As many of you already know, our affordable housing program runs through 3 separate departments here at 205. In my opinion, that's where a lot of the confusion happens with some of these projects and or apartments or families. If we can find a way to make one person the affordable housing czar, that's what needs to happen. It cuts down on chaos, it cuts down on confusion, and it really cuts down on lack of oversight on many of the projects and things that are going on in town regarding affordable housing units and families.
Yeah, I totally agree, Councilor Toller, with everything you're saying. I'm just not convinced that that's what this position is. Manager, is that what this position is that's coming in here? Somebody that's going to do that and then, you know, possibly even have oversight over the external organization that runs this? Because that was not my understanding. So now I'm trying to find out what is that position in.
So the housing specialist position is based on a grant and
Right.
will be, the duties and responsibilities of the housing specialist when they are hired will be to fulfill the obligations of the grant.
Yes, no, this position's not for a
And that
czar.
would
I'm
be,
saying
what was the
overall we need
obligation
one.
of the grant?
I can't speak to that. I mean,
Right.
I'm not
Am I
familiar enough with the
Mayor?
grant.
and perhaps,
Come on
I
up,
would
Ms.
like to
Dawkins.
invite our Director of HR, please. And thank you for being here with us.
No problem. Good Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
The housing specialist position is grant funded. Ms. Talley have all the information regarding the grant. I will not receive that information until the salary ordinance is passed, so I haven't had the ability
Okay.
to look at the grant yet.
All right, and again, I'm not, I know we're under time constraints here, and as far as I'm concerned, it's just that when you referred to it as the housing czar,
No, I
it
think
was
you
getting me.
misunderstood me. I was
Oh.
saying we need a housing czar. I
Okay.
wasn't saying this
Okay,
position was
okay,
that.
all
I'm
right.
just saying overall, in general, the township could definitely benefit from that type of position. I know that Ms. Talley presented this position to the Housing Commission, and she was
Yeah.
thinking about hiring a Montclair State student to do the work, and I'm not sure that that's a adequate seasoned person to deal with all things housing. So-
Okay, all right, I did misunderstand, and I apologize, because I thought when you were saying, at the same time that you were talking about that we need that, I thought you were saying that this person could in some way. Okay, all righty. Anybody else have anything? Deputy Mayor, thank you for joining us. Do you have anything that you want to discuss about the ordinance, any of the positions?
I think this is, many of the changes that are here are going to bring us up to par with the current market, current market. And my understanding of the housing specialist is not that it's any sort of, coordinator for all things housing, but to help administer the fair share, our affordable housing programs, such as the rehabilitation of units and things like that. So that is my understanding.
Okay, and Manager Marks, I just have one more question, please. Are there any positions that were funded for last year around the same time that we are not funding for this particular time? And if so, please, would you tell me what they are? Like if we lost any positions, you know what I mean?
We have a hiring freeze for non-essential titles and non-essential positions. I can't think of, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything that's in here. That's it. So this salary ordinance is for non-union positions.
Right.
I can't think of any non-union position that
That was gone, that non-union, okay.
right.
All right. So then anything else that may be gone is they're probably in the union. And I'm just trying to keep track of the various positions and what that, does for us. And when we said hiring freeze, did we voted on that? And when was that?
That's it. So the hiring freeze was an administratively prepared memo to department heads back in September.
Okay.
It was an administrative directive.
Okay. And that was based on what?
So back in July, the New Jersey Department of Treasury, Division of Pension and Benefits, came out with the healthcare rates for 2026. So the state health benefits plan was experiencing a 36.5% increase in state health benefits. We spend approximately $10 million on employee health benefits. That translated into a generally $4 million plus or minus increase in one line item in this year's budget, the 2026 budget. So at least we had a little bit less than 6 months head start. So we instituted that $4 million gap or potential deficit. At least we had a head start with knowing that we're starting the year with a $4 million challenge based on employee health benefits. That basically initiated a reevaluation of the budget for the 2026 budget and a hiring freeze for non-essential positions.
And I truly appreciate you taking your time, and I deliberately asked the question because a lot of the public and maybe people that are watching at home or will watch at home, they don't understand that, and then they just say, oh yeah, well, the council said so-and-so, or the council did so-and-so, so thank you very much for explaining it, and people should understand it. And I think when you take your time and you explain certain things such as this, then it begins to, make, well, at least people get a better understanding of how we got there, because then
Right.
some people are like, oh, well, you guys, there's a freeze on this, yet you hired that, there's a freeze on that, so thank you very much.
I mean, there are other, I mean, union positions that are also essential, crossing guards, right? You wouldn't forego crossing guards because of a hiring freeze. I think crossing guards are essential.
Essential, yes.
Dispatchers, emergency
Yes.
dispatchers as well. So
Yeah.
we're making hires we're down dispatchers, so for emergency services. So those, by virtue of them being emergency positions, they are necessary.
Thank you.
Sure.
Madam Clerk?
Deputy Mayor Anderson,
Yes.
Counselor Birmingham,
Yes.
Counselor D'Amato,
Yes.
Counselor Harrison,
Yes.
Counselor Toller,
Yes.
Counselor William absent, Mayor Baskerville.
Yes. Motion to adjourn? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Thank you all very much. I appreciate it. Madam Clerk, thank you for coming in, and manager, and our attorney, deputy manager, everybody. Thank you.